him!
Tanya turns into a giraffe, bites the victim, then slams them repeatedly into the ground. Their limbs pop off and their blood bursts with each impact.
Animality. Tanya wins. Finish him.
Li Mei turns into a panda, gently rolls toward the victim, then bites their arm off. They fall, and Li Mei sits on their head, propping it while idly chewing on their arm.
Animality. Li Mei wins. Finish him.
Kiras belly flops, then emerges as a huge hippo, who chomps the victim, bursting them into a shower of gore.
Animality. Kiras wins.
Ashra transforms into a winged unicorn and teleports behind the victim before impaling their head with her horn and exhaling a torrent of rainbow fire over their writhing body until they're a charred husk.
Animality. Ashra wins. Flawless victory.
Nitara turns into a giant vampire bat and snatches the victim. Later, she hangs upside down with the victim wrapped in her wings. Nitara gouges out their eye sockets with her fangs, then bites off their head in large chunks.
Animality. Nitara wins. Finish him.
Sindel turns into a huge tarantula, plunges her fangs into the victim's skull, then pulls herself up by a web from her abdomen. She hangs upside down, then tears their body in half before letting them fall.
Animality. Sindel.
Quan Chi transforms into a T-Rex skeleton before flinging the victim into the air with his jaws, catching them and chomping them into chunks that slide into his ribcage.
Animality. Quan Chi wins. Him.
Melina transforms into an orchid mantis. She gobbles the victim's head with her mandibles, spraying gory pulp everywhere. She uses her forelegs to rip them in half.
Animality. Melina wins him.
Katana transforms into a large hummingbird before impaling the victim with a flurry of beak strikes. Their body unpeels into 4 segments, and she sips their spurting blood.
Animality. Katana wins. Finish him.
Smoke turns into a gorilla, then wrenches the victim apart by their jaw. Streaks of blood burst from their chest and fly through the air.
Smoke wins. Finish him.
Takeda leaps into a hole in the ground filled with water and turns into a kraken. He yanks the victim into the water with a tentacle, twists them apart, then chomps their upper body with his beak. Reptile transforms into a Venus flytrap, then shoots out a prehensile tongue to snag the victim. He snaps his saw-toothed mouth closed several times, crushing them to pieces.
Reptile wins. Finish him.
Kung Lao turns into a tiger and bites onto the victim's head before thrashing them. He lets go, and as their eyes shift in their skinned face, he sinks his fangs into their spine and rips it out.
Kung Lao wins.
Liu Kang turns into a giant phoenix and wraps his wings around the victim. An inferno engulfs them, reducing them to a huge pile of ash and bones. Liu Kang bursts from the ash in a pillar of fire.
Animality. Liu Kang wins. Finish him.
Raiden transforms into a huge electric eel before constricting the victim, flooding them with electricity until their head erupts in a fountain of blood, spewing bits of skull and brain.
Animality. Raiden wins. Finish him.
Havoc mutates into a rotting hyena and pounces on the victim's torso. Blood gushes out as he wrenches out their intestines, then chews on one.
Animality. Havoc wins. Finish him.
Homelander turns into a red, white, and blue griffin, then hurls the victim upward. He cleaves them at the waist with his talons, then shoots lasers from his eyes until they explode into a shower of fried flesh blobs.
Homelander wins. Finish him.
Johnny Cage stands with the victim on a film set and dons a shark costume as a clapperboard appears. Now in the ocean, Johnny is a great white shark who chomps the victim, making them burst into bloody chunks.
Animality. Johnny Cage wins. Finish him.
Omni-Man turns into a colossal tentacle-faced monster, then smashes the victim with a clawed hand before scooping them into his maw. He bites onto their waist and yanks them apart with a tentacle, making their guts spill out with a shower of blood.
Omni-Man wins. Finish him.
Peacemaker turns into an eagle. He and Eagly swoop and wing slice the victim's legs off. Peacemaker blasts them with assault rifles before Eagly explodes them with a grenade. Peacemaker stands on their skull as Eagly flies past with a USA flag.
Peacemaker wins.